Hello everyone, back again. Another round of Premier League predictions.
Yes, this is the Good Friday one. Jesus died on a cross for us, so we are going to lay our hands out on the metaphorical cross
Yeah, what he said.
and put our lives on the line on our predictions this weekend.
I take it from what you're saying that today is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday. How's the fish?
Okay. I didn't even know it was Good Friday.
You didn't eat some meat, did you?
I didn't. I had some chicken. Is that meat?
It is.
Okay.
It's poultry, but never mind.
All right, on with the show. Early game, Man United at home to Everton. United getting some form back again, beating Brentford.
I mean, they beat Brentford, yes, but have they got form back?
No.
This will be the test. Well, everyone's a test, but it's about consistency.
Sure, and they will be without Casemiro again for this one. It's the last one. He serves his last game of suspension. They definitely have been a different team without him.
Yeah.
United look like a team full of, like, say, top 6 players.
Yeah, they have a couple of great players, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the guys...
And Rashford's form at home, especially Old Trafford, has been a big difference for them. He scored again against Brentford. So, I mean, he's been a big factor for them. I expect them to beat Everton at home in this one.
Yes, I would agree with you. It won't be pretty. And with Dyche, it certainly won't be pretty because that's something he's never been accused of in any shape or form in his life. But certainly in his coaching style and the way he sets up his teams, it won't be pretty. But Everton don't being away from home, and United they're a top 4 team, and they've been playing like a top 4 team. Even though, as I say, with Casemiro gone, it's a shadow of how good they can be. You'd imagine they'll have too much.
I think so. I mean, Everton are unbeaten in 4. They've drawn 3, 1-1. So Dyche definitely has brought a kind of a stability to the team, which will be very important for them in staying up. But I just think away at Old Trafford, they might win this one 1-0. But I don't think it'll be the most entertaining of games, to be honest.
No. As you say, 1-0, 2-0. Excuse me now. Yeah, I think one side has a nil.
Boiling the water to make the tea.
Boiling the water for a cup of tea.
And so then we have a team in form at home, Aston Villa at home against Nottingham Forest.
Can you see anything beyond a Villa continuing their fine form?
Villa seem to be on form. They had unbeaten in the last 5, 1-4, drawn 1.
We've talked already about Forest's away records. I know that.
Exactly. No wins in 5. I mean, you have to go with Villa at home on this one, taking into account Forest's very poor form. Yeah. And Forest,
Forest are in trouble. Cooper
they're definitely in trouble.
Because teams around them are getting points and they're just getting draws on the odd occasion.
And they lost to Leeds in the big game last midweek.
Yeah.
And then the cruelty of Wolves scoring a late equaliser last weekend, then losing to Newcastle. Things are tough for them. They're depending a lot on that Brennan Johnson, is it?
Yeah.
He's been their star player. But I think Villa to win this one. Ollie Watkins, who scored 6 consecutive away games in great form. Yeah. And their attacking players just seem to be kind of
they're playing with each other well. Yes. And McGinn is back on form and players like that. So moving on to the next one, I think it's Brentford at home to Newcastle. That's a real peachy game.
Yeah. I'm expecting Newcastle to continue the good form on this one. Brentford seem to be kind of like at the extremes of what they could achieve. You know, they've been doing so well for so long. I just felt that with all the draws that they've been coming in, they were unbeaten for a long time, then suddenly they've lost 2 games. I just think even at home, although Brentford, the only thing in their favour is that they've only lost once at home all season. Yeah. So they're very good at home. But I just think that normally I'd go for a draw maybe here, but I just think that Newcastle are playing so well. I mean, they were really good against West Ham, beating them 5-1. They brushed inside United as well. Just hitting form again at that purple patch again. I think that Brentford on the way down, Newcastle on the way up, away win on this.
Okay, listen to him. I'm going to go for the draw, as you said, because of Brentford's home form to give Cheerman. I thought that they wouldn't do well against Brighton a couple of weeks ago. Turned out to be one of the games of the season. And I think even though their results haven't been great, their performances are still solid. So I'm going to go for the draw on this one. A score draw and an entertaining match. Maybe 1-1.
All right. So our next game then is a team who's kind of lost form recently, a team who were doing so well for so long. Fulham at home to West Ham. Another West Ham seriously in danger here, really, of relegation. They were pathetic against the defending was horrendous against Newcastle.
You can't be doing that.
You can't do that, lads.
You just can't be doing that.
You can't do it. So, like, I mean,
professional
really
footballers.
Bad. Yeah, really bad.
Anyway.
So, two very bad teams here, but I'm expecting Fulham to maybe get the win here on this one, being at home.
Yeah, again, you see the Mitrovic and all that saga has taken its toll on Fulham's great play and form, and it's a pity, but well, they're only themselves to blame for the carry on they did. They need to get back on the saddle and realise the season's not over.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do it 100% here. It is a London derby, so that should lift them up and there'll be a bit more fire under the fans. But I'm going to go for a draw on this one. I think Mitrovic going the loss of that potency attacking threat will mean that Fulham will have the possession, but they just won't convert the chances. Yeah, I can see a scrappy 1-1 draw again.
Fulham need to get back to doing what they were doing so well. Is that they had a very good team, working well as a team, connecting from defence, forward, midfield, and attack. And there's still a lot of good players on their team. And like you said, the season isn't over. They still need to go out there. And West Ham winless and no clean sheet in 11 away games. 7 goals and 13 away games.
Yeah, when he says that, like you're going, why am I predicting a draw?
But sometimes it just comes down to the day and what's at stake, and
it's the up down. Had they won last weekend, their last match out, I'd be saying they'll lose for sure. But they did get hammered, and there will be some reaction to that.
Hammered.
He got hammered.
Hammered. Okay. No pun intended.
No.
Okay, that leads us on to a lot of big games, but this one is huge. Leicester at home to Bournemouth. Yeah. Leicester, who have sacked Brendan Rodgers, and they did show, in fairness, a bit of fight against Villa, even they lost 2-1. They brought back Jamie Vardy again. Lots of running around, but he's not the same player he was.
No, but but
still, if you're looking for a goal,
it takes time. Obviously.
There's still a few goals.
They'll have more chances here against a less organised team in Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth, sure.
If Leicester, looking at where Leicester are kind of cut a little bit adrift as well. Themselves and Southampton need to get. Southampton badly need 2 wins.
Otherwise, Southampton could become that team they're
gone, and they're gone with 5 to go. You say, well, they're already out. And Leicester are not a million miles. I mean, they're just that little bit of a gap. Not much, but they need a win.
They sure do at home.
And this is a must-win game for them if they want to. This cannot be a draw from. This has to be 3 points for Leicester. Yeah. Will they get it? I predict them they will. I think that home support, home crowd, pushing them on. I look at the likes of Maddison and, as you say, Vardy coming back.
Yeah, they've got Barnes, they've got Dewsbury Hall, they've got a lot of very exciting players there.
They've got good players and just need to remember that and play their game.
Yes, their defence is that they're a problem, really.
But Bournemouth, even with the chances they'll give up, Bournemouth might score a goal, but they won't hammer them.
Sure, Bournemouth only have 1 clean sheet in their last 24 away games.
Yeah.
And they've lost 8 out of their 9 away games. So, I do feel that a lot of tension in this game, but I do feel Leicester could maybe get the win based on the improvement that we saw last week, and a little bit of fire in them. So, Leicester to win. That brings us to Spurs.
Spurs at home to Brighton.
Spurs pathetic again, at least in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Throwing away a 2-goal lead against Southampton. And then last week, Everton were down to 10 men.
Yep.
They were a goal up after Harry Kane's penalty.
Yep.
And they just went back into their shell, like as if Conte was still on the sideline. Obviously, his number 2 is still there. So nothing has changed at all for Spurs.
No, we don't kick back. And Brighton, the way they're playing, I don't want to jinx them, but they're one
of the form teams.
They're the form team, and like if you go for Team of the Year, obviously the obvious choices are the winners. But Brighton have to be up there for Team of the Year. Losing their managers early on in the season, bringing in a new guy, and then adapting so quickly.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves a nod for Manager of the Year.
Sure. And I could see that there's going to be a lot of teams going in to try to steal their players in the summer.
Well, steal their players and steal their manager.
Yeah, like Trossard is already gone. They're looking at like Caicedo in midfield.
Caicedo, definitely the Japanese lad,
McAllister,
the World Cup winner, the Irish forward.
Yeah, Ferguson. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of assets there.
They have a lot of assets that people are looking at, going, "Oh, maybe we like a bit of that."
But at the moment, good times for Brighton, and we'd expect them to win. One cautionary note, just in case. Spurs, they're different. They have a good record at home.
Yeah, they do.
They've won their last 4 home Premier League games, scoring 8, conceding only 1. So they haven't played at home for a while. So it's their first home game for a while. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
I still think Brighton, in the form they're in, should beat them 2-1 maybe on this.
Yeah, it'll be tight. Yeah, it'll be close because, as you say, Spurs won't come out attacking you the way you'd expect the home team to attack.
Okay.
Right.
Then we have Wolves at home to Chelsea. Chelsea in the news for that ridiculous story about bringing back good old Frankie Lampard. If you hate Chelsea, then you must be singing. Cheering. What a decision. I mean, what's the logic there?
Who knows what they're doing at this stage? I mean, Lampard is back. We've shown no one else will have him, to be honest, and it's to the end of the season. Is he going to bring anything of note?
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of is this guy, like we know this guy is baseball, right?
Yeah.
Ted Bowley. And he was very telling in the sentence when he presented Frank Lampard. He said, Frank Lampard is a Chelsea Hall of Famer. I mean, that's a baseball expression.
Yeah.
Now, maybe in baseball it works to bring back someone who's got your history with the team.
Yeah.
It doesn't
when
work
they
in
are
football.
doing a Premier League Hall of Fame, and maybe he's referencing that Frank is in that Hall of Fame.
I know, but it's very much baseball thinking.
It is a baseball thinking.
Like the Hall of Famer and records.
Chelsea fans, we'll see. You can see nothing but this being get to the end of the season.
Yeah.
You would. I don't know, do you even need him? Maybe if he thought he gave an extra 10% for the Champions League, it might be worth having him there for training and that.
Yeah.
Versus the assistant manager.
Well, they're still in the Champions League.
They are, that's what I'm saying. So that's their focus.
Yeah.
That should be their focus. This game, they're away.
Away to Wolves.
Away to Wolves. Wolves need the points.
Yeah.
Wolves are an organised team. After seeing the dross that was Chelsea and Liverpool, I will not be predicting a Chelsea and Liverpool league victory between now and the end of the season. I can tell you that again.
Okay.
I'm going to go for Wolves 1-0.
Okay. Yeah, it could very well happen. Wolves finding it hard to score goals. Chelsea the same. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw on this one. Okay. But yeah, problems for Chelsea definitely there. Then that leads us on to Southampton, the bottom team, against Manchester City.
There you go.
Must be...
You said it straight away.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 sentences.
Yeah. They started off good when Seles came in, but since then they're winless in the last 4.
They haven't played bad in those games. I've seen some of those games, not all of them.
They lost 1-0 to West Ham. They
were the better team against West Ham.
They came back 3-1 down to draw with Spurs. Then they lost to Brentford. In the last 5, they've won 2, drawn 2, lost 3.
Yeah.
But they've only got 1 clean sheet at home this season.
In the last 5,
yeah.
1, 2...
1-1.
Okay, sorry, 1-1.
Drawn 2 and lost 3. No, sorry, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a stat missing there somewhere. It's not good anyway, whatever it is.
It's not good maths either.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So City to win, right? It has to be
City to win.
You
cannot. Look, on bottom team against Man City, we were saying they need 2 wins. This won't be one of them.
City are playing Bayern Munich, right? And,
they'll have obviously one eye on that, but still.
What a great game for them to play, I mean, they're really getting lucky with the fixtures,
They're getting in this round.
And they're playing Leicester away the following weekend.
Yeah, assuming they can deal with Bayern Munich, there'll still be a semi-final to attend to.
Yeah, Arsenal fans actually be hoping the City will progress.
Yes, I'd imagine
to keep
so.
them interested. Okay. That leads us on to the Sunday games.
2 games on Sunday, yes,
The
indeed.
first one, Leeds at home to a resurgent Palace.
Well,
under
you've
the-
got two resurgent teams really in
Yeah,
terms of because
sure.
Leeds will be at home, bide for the last
Yeah.
home victory.
They beat Forest. They were unlucky in the first half against Arsenal, even though Arsenal did score 4 against them later on. And they beat Wolves as well. Palace, of course, will be buoyed by that 2-1 win against Leicester.
Yes.
A stat that's interesting is that in the last game against Leicester, Palace had 31 shots. It's the most that they've had since December 18. And Patrick Vieira was averaging 9.9 shots per game. So obviously, Hodgson looked at that and said, just, take shots. You know, if you don't shoot,
You definitely
you're not
won't
going to
score.
score, Yeah. So, but against Leeds, Leeds as well, like you said, have found a bit of form. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw on this one.
I was actually thinking to myself, I'd go for a draw because, as I say, no team is really getting the 2 wins back to back. And because Leeds won last time, they might be quite enough to consolidate with another point.
Exactly.
They don't want to lose.
Not a team will want to lose, so that might be the cautionary thing that might get the draw
Exactly.
for it. So,
I'll go for a 1-1 draw on that.
But Garcia definitely has kind of made an improvement, I think, for Leeds since he's come in. And that for the end of the season bodes well for them. Then we have the Liverpool-Arsenal game from Anfield. On paper, of course, everyone is saying Liverpool shocking, Arsenal must win, it'll be easy, especially after watching the Chelsea game, right? And how Man City stand to win as well. But at Anfield, it's a different story.
At Anfield, like all Arteta has to do is put on the Liverpool-Man United game, and where Man United were on a great run, and Rashford couldn't stop scoring, and not only were they beaten, but they were
Hammered.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
I do not see that happening on Sunday. First of all, there's a far more mentally and just more solid unit in Arsenal that they wouldn't fall apart the way United did in that second half. And also, Liverpool-Man U means something to Liverpool fans that will push through. Liverpool-Arsenal, when Man City are going to win the league again, if they don't, they won't have the fans roaring as passionately.
That's like at the start of the game, what will the atmosphere be like? It won't be as red hot.
No, it won't be as red
Anfield
hot because rather, I think most Liverpool fans would say they'd rather see Arsenal go off and win this title than City.
Interesting.
But
still at home game, Liverpool are dangerous. Actually, Liverpool have won 5 out of their last 6 home games.
Liverpool are dangerous, and certainly Arsenal shouldn't take this for granted because of the previous few seasons. Like these players have beaten Arsenal quite regularly.
Klopp has won his last 6 home games against Arsenal.
There you go.
It's a record,
you really used to love playing Arsenal because Arsenal would attack and give the space for the counter-attacks.
Right. So there's a cautionary tale here, definitely, going into the game. Liverpool apparently have not conceded in 7 hours at Anfield since December.
Well, in the league, obviously, because obviously Real Madrid will spanked us 5-2 in Anfield.
And their last home game was a 7-0 win against United.
Yeah.
But they haven't played. They've had about 3 or 4 away games now in a row.
So we'll see. I'm as I say, I'm not going to predict a Liverpool victory. I think between now and the end of the season, after seeing the nonsense I saw against Chelsea, I won't say hope. That would be unfair. I think Arsenal, with Jesus coming back and looking like he'd never left.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the first half there was some bit cobwebs, but then he grew into the game.
Yeah.
And you could see the quality he brought, and him and Trossard linking up. It was like another avenue. Like Saka didn't even play the game. It was probably deformed player.
Yeah, that's right. They gave him a rest, and it was good that they didn't need him to bring him on. He came on in the second half, all right. You need to give him a rest.
You need to be able to have that bravery, the bravery to rotate like that. Like Liverpool overly dependent on Salah for too long. Now you can't give him a rest.
Yeah, I expect Liverpool maybe to give Arsenal a good run maybe in the first half, but I think over the 90 minutes, Arsenal's form should tell and Liverpool's poor defence, maybe 3-1 maybe at the end.
2-1 or 3-1, but I'm going for an Arsenal victory there.
Yeah, some stats, I've picked up is
from
that
stats.
Arsenal won the last 7 games. In the last 6, they've scored 3 or more goals. And they've not gone 6 in a row since 1903. Like, so if they win if they score 3 or more goals in this game,
It'll be the biggest
it'll
run
be
up
like
there of high scoring.
six in a row since 1903. And Ramsdale has got 9 away clean sheets this season. Records was Czech and Ederson of 11, respectively. So 2 more clean sheets. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it anyway. I think it should be an exciting game.
Well, that's it, guys. Happy Hanukkah and
enjoy the Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter egg hunt. Don't eat too many of them.
Yeah. Enjoy the football, and we'll be talking to you again next week.
I think we will.
We will. Okay.
Until then.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Slán go fóill.